Mike Andreula. He'll rock your world. Now, here's Mike Andreula.
Let's make this happen, guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yay! Bring it up, bring it up, bring it up. What's up, guys? Real applause. It's Michael Andreula live in Triple Colossal Studios. We have a very special guest today, guys. We're going to be bringing out some information that can change your life today. I mean, really change your life, radically change your life. You're going to get out there, you're going to be confident, you're going to feel great, you're going to jump, you're going to be running through fields of daisies because you're going to watch this whole podcast. Before we start, guys, just want to thank our sponsors, Bare for Men, men's body wax, and this happened to me just randomly, true story. I was walking down the street and somebody just, brushed by my arm by accident. We were walking past Panera's and they were like, what the hell is that? Is that like, silk? No, I was like, that's my skin. That's my skin. They're like, you are so hot. And what I'm saying is Bare for Men works. Plus you can use it at the defibrillator machines and rip people's hair off before we put the defibrillator on. Anyway, our special guest, guys, Alex Santos, one of the top trainers in the tri-state area as far as I'm concerned, pushes, believes, he takes things to the next level, and he doesn't look for, permission or for non-stop support. He understands that he's a go-getter. He's going to make stuff happen. I have a little bit of what he has. He also knows how to tell people exactly what they should do and not hurt their feelings, which I don't do because I don't like confrontation. So guys, without further ado, Alex Santos. So before we start, Alex, if we can get a short background, where you're from, where you're living, what's going down?
Originally born and raised in the Bronx, New York. Played baseball most of my childhood. Stayed very active most of my life. I'm about 30, I'll be 35 this year, so I've been on the planet a pretty good amount of time.
Good.
Currently teach kickboxing, as well as I am a big believer in strength and conditioning training here in the tri-state area. I think we could all benefit from just working out regularly and staying active and staying fit. It does work very well here in the Hoboken lifestyle of life, where everybody's running, jumping, trying to get faster, stronger, and constantly move, regardless of age. So there are no limitations in this world of Hoboken at the moment as far as fitness goes.
So let's get into it. Motivation, Alex.
Yes.
Okay. You are a self-starter. You just put your the nose to the grindstone. Is that the real, you're out there, you wake up, you're like, I'm gonna make shit happen.
Yes.
How do you do that? How was that developed? Do you need to be in a position where you're raised like that? Are you born like that? And how can people get a piece of that?
No, here's how I start my day. What I do is I get up fairly early in the morning, because I do like to get up before the next guy gets up, because I want to be a step ahead of the next guy. And then, so that's my approach personally. I get up in the morning, I like to start my day with fitness, and the way I start my day with fitness is by training people who are seriously committed to changing their lives. And so, get up in the morning, make sure that I have my best game face on, make sure that I have my best energy level up for those folks, because getting up at the morning at 4:30 in the morning is like walking to the gym in the middle of the night. So you have to have a commitment level that is so far past walking to the gym at 3 in the afternoon. You have to start to charge your mind, charge your batteries internally. You have to start to kind of get your mindset into a flow of positivity, most importantly. Cannot mentally defeat yourself before you actually go in and get to your job. The same way you cannot mentally defeat yourself before you go in for your workout. They are exactly the same thing. I treat my workouts like my job. I treat my training like my passion. So those are two different things. My job in life is for myself to stay fit, to stay healthy, my passion in life is to help other people attain the same thing. So we work two different levels there. We work internally for ourselves, and we work to help other people get better.
Okay. And I'm going to play the little devil's advocate. Say if say my name is Tracy, and, you know, I'm just like, I don't, you know, Alex, I had a bad week. You know, I had to do like laundry and stuff today. I'm tired. And I don't, how am I going to lose this weight? I don't like your music. What do you say to?
No problem, Tracy. We make a conscious decision every day to determine how we're going to get this thing cooking. So Tracy, you had a bad week. There's probably about 15,000 million, trillion, gazillion, skrillion people out there that have had a horrible week.
Yeah.
You have had a bad week. Make a conscious decision to turn that week around. Where is that going to start? It's going to start right now. So we're going to wipe out whatever happened this last week. Laundry, I don't want to hear about it. It's part of life. I just did my laundry. I do my laundry between working out, between going to eat lunch, between working on more workouts for new people, between selling. I get laundry done.
Laundry is actually a choice. Yeah.
Laundry is a choice. It's a decision. If it takes you down 10 notches,
You don't have to.
yeah. You really hate doing that laundry, Tracy? Stop thinking about it, put it to the side, hire a wash and fold, get it out of your mind.
Yeah.
That's a terrible excuse. Move on to the next thing.
Yeah.
Amen.
That's what it is right there.
That's what I say, Tracy.
So, and this is important because I don't do that all the time, but they need to hear that. They could go to 10 years of therapy and their therapist won't even tell them, listen, don't worry about the laundry. Just do something right now.
Right.
So, a lot of times in life, you need somebody to do that, even though it's the most uncomfortable position. It's like you're going to ask somebody to do things that you know you should do, but you don't want to do. So that's why all you out there, if you have the opportunity, or even, I mean, say you're in Wisconsin, you're 13, you could still find a buddy that can push you. You need some type of human interaction that will push you along, schedule time that you're going to dedicate to yourself. And I mean, it's a style thing, what's going to work best, which people.
Agree.
You're also at the point where you can choose the clients, which in the beginning trainers I know, you know, they're just, whose phone is on? What the hell is that? We're doing an aerobics podcast. No, I'm just kidding. You can let it ring down. What's it, Max?
My wife.
Want to pick it up and ask her why she's ruining my podcast? This is my audience. I've lost half the audience.
Sorry,
No, people are watching this all over the world. Let's get into some more psychological tricks that people can use.
Yes.
Okay, let's see. Adrian's got,
So I'm going to ask you to read the bullet points because I can't even see that far.
That's
Let's talk first.
Okay.
Let's talk first about training your mind. Because your workout's going to start in your mind. It's not going to start physically. It's going to start mentally up here. Are you a winner today? You have to make a decision to be a winner. Because the alternative is, unfortunately, being a loser. And we don't want to be losers. We want to be winners. So mentally owning, I'm a winner. Because otherwise, the default is you're going to mentally own that you're a loser.
how many people are walking around saying, and I got bits of that too, I probably walk around like I'm a loser.
Right. And that's your worst enemy.
Yeah.
Your worst enemy is internally here. Your worst enemy will allow you to absorb all the other negative energy that's around you. And what it'll do is it'll intoxicate you with negativity.
Yeah.
With feelings of, almost depression. I can't do things. That's too hard. I can't do this. I can't lose weight. I cannot cut this out of my diet. As opposed to, I'm going to try to do this. And even better, ultimately, I am going to do this. And this is why I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this because A, it's going to make me healthy. It's going to make me a better person. B, I'm going to feel better about myself. In extreme cases, C, I just had a baby. I'm 100 pounds overweight. How am I going to play with this kid when I'm carrying around another kid all over the place?
Yeah.
And that other kid is your extra part of your body.
Big ass 100-pound.
That's a big 100-pound kid right there.
You got a toddler on your
we're
stomach.
talking about some serious luggage. So at the end of the day, what do we want to do? We want to start that day being positive. We want to keep our mind positive. We want to go in with a very heavy focus. So coming into the gym and saying to the next person, well, I'm going to come in and I think I'm going to do this and I think I'm going to do that. And you can definitely appreciate this. And I'll tell you a really funny story real quick. I walked into the gym the other day right behind somebody, literally. So we went into the gym and entered at the same time. And I was going in to train myself. I wasn't going in to train anybody else. And as I finished warming up and I started my first part of my workout, I saw somebody on the phone. This is the same person that was right before me downstairs. So now I'm literally halfway through my workout at 30 minutes, person still on the phone right by the restroom. I transition to the next part of my workout, person has now walked out of the gym on the phone. So this person mentally has said to themselves, I went to the gym today.
Yeah, true.
And they checked it off the list. There was no focus. There was no execution, more importantly. There was no desire to be better. There was a desire to show up. And showing up does not get it done. Showing up is something anybody could do. I could walk in the street and show up to a doctor's office. I could show up to a hospital. I could show up to church. When we go to the gym, we go to execute. We go to execute because we want to get a result. Whether it's, relieving your stress, losing weight, being healthier, getting your heart in better condition, it is to get a result. Otherwise, take that walk to church and make it a positive thing that you're doing that day. Do not waste your time in that gym because you have an unwritten rule and there's an unspoken agreement when you go into the gym that you are not going to suck the energy out of everybody else that's working out. You owe that to the next person. You guys pay the same dues. You're there to inspire. If you cannot add anything positive to that next person's workout, take a look inside and make it happen.
Yeah.
Don't block yourself.
And just to be fair to me, I had a really important call that I had to take. Just shitting all over me. I wanted to see if my fresh direct came.
No, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely, Mike. And you know, Mike, as a pillar of the gym itself, you're actually leading by example in there. So I need you to do more. I need you to walk around with your chest pumped up and be as excited as can be because, we have the power as trainers to inspire.
Yeah.
But we also have the power to uninspire.
Yeah. Well, listen. I mean, I go in the gym with every single second needs to be worked on because I don't want to. I respect my time more than most people, but it also makes you jaded. I won't have a stop and chat when anybody in the street just walk by. My mom, I just walk on
walk
the other
right
side
by
of the street.
Ann.
Listen,
Poor Ann.
listen,
Jesus.
Mom, I got stuff to do. Did you see my tweets lately? Have I done the Instagram? I'm on Pinterest now. I have to do things, Mom. I have to communicate with people I'll never meet. Right.
Gotta get on that Pinterest. Gotta
No,
get on
no,
that
but
Pinterest
it's
board.
true.
Gotta get on that
Respect your
Pinterest
time,
board.
because it's a habit, and I think a lot of people get frustrated where they fall off the wagon, get back on, fall off, get on. They go so many times, up and down, but they still have to keep on getting back up. Everybody's gonna fall off, everybody, and then you have to say it's gonna happen. I'm a human, right?
Absolutely.
So I need to get back up, and that's why they're listening to this. Hear me out there. So what is our second?
So let's
idea?
talk a little bit about kind of some bullet points on mental toughness and really getting your psyche and your mind right so that when you do enter a gym space or you do approach your workout wherever it may be, whether it's outdoors, indoors, on a mountaintop, that you're in the right mental state to accomplish what you're going out to do and you're also prepared for what's in store. So we'll talk first thresholds. Knowing your thresholds. Knowing at which point you typically give out and stop. And knowing also that you have to push past that point because that's what's going to make you better. Your threshold level will increase, your willingness to do more will increase, and you'll essentially become a much, much, much better person. And knowing that it's not going to be easy. Because if it was easy, we'd all look like Spartan 300s, we'd all be ripped up, and it would be a revolving turnstile. So, not everybody's gonna look like Mike naturally. Not everybody's gonna have all of this. This doesn't just happen.
Striking features.
This is genetics, intelligence, good looks. This is not just given.
See the
A
glasses.
few people are donned this, and the rest of us have to work for
So
it.
smart.
So that threshold is enormous. That threshold is just gonna mentally push you towards that next thing. You're gonna feel a little bit of pain, and you're gonna say, I don't care, I feel a little bit of pain.
They say
Because if I feel a little bit of pain, I'm gonna be better.
people say I'm hot because I don't know it.
Yeah?
You know those people,
inside-
the
you know-
people that touch your silky soft arm in the middle of the street and say, hey.
The voices that are in your head that talk to you all day and tell you to do things.
100%.
The real people.
100%.
I don't know. Listen, guys, these are jokes. We're just breaking it up. A little bit of sugar to wash down because some of them are like, oh, no, please don't.
But you're right. You have to be your number one fan.
Yeah.
You must be your number one fan. These are the staples of life. If you don't like yourself, it's very hard for other people to like you. If people don't like Mike, I think it's funny, but that's okay. You know, because Mike likes himself. So that's cool. And Mike's going to always persevere because Mike's his number one fan. People don't love me sometimes. That's okay. It hurts my feelings a little bit, but then I turn around and I remember how great I am in that morning and what I set out to do that day, and I remember my intentions were great that day. So getting into that mental state and really absorbing and welcoming greatness. Not mediocrity, not settling.
Because they'll start running away from you. As soon as you don't like yourself, when you get around people, and I'm not saying I'm great all the time, but I'm saying if you really don't like yourself, people feel it.
Absolutely.
And instructors, that's the main thing when they're out there. The good thing about the class is it shows you actually a large level of how humans will react in a group, one-on-one. You know, you'll have a certain percentage will quit, certain percentage will keep on going. Some people will, and the instructors, if they start doubting themselves up there, they sense it like dogs sense, fresh meat.
Absolutely.
Like they can smell it, and it collapses.
Absolutely.
So you have to kind of be a character out there, so you're invincible. That's what I try to tell them in training.
And greatness attracts greatness, and mediocrity tends to attract mediocrity. So in a class setting, if you ever take a moment and really look around at a class, the go-getters, they cluster together.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to get their energy sucked out of them by the people that are just showing up. They want to achieve greatness, so they're going to surround themselves with greatness.
So why do so many people engage in self-sabotage when it comes to their own diets and fitness routines?
Why? Very, very simple.
How smooth was that shit?
That was fantastic. That was fantastic. That was fantastic, Michael. What a transition.
In other words, I hate where you're
How
saying.
can they flip the switch? All right, no, first one. So let me do this right. So why do so many people engage in self-sabotage? And what? Why do so many people engage in self-sabotage with their own diets and fitness routines?
A few reasons.
That's good.
Lack of overall discipline, comfort, finding comfort in doing things that just make you feel good instead of things that make you better. You know, lack of willingness to sacrifice, wanting a result but not willing to take the steps to get the result. And having an unrealistic expectation that you're going to have a physique because you show up to the gym when you know after you go to the gym you're ordering a slice of pizza and you're having a couple beers and you're hanging out with your boys. Well, why am I not losing weight, Mike? Why am I not losing weight, Alex?
I don't understand.
What's going on?
I took the acai berry.
Yeah,
I took the
goji
Cyrus
berry. I had the Mona
protein
V.
powder.
I'm feeling great. You know, this is antioxidant. I know, but you also you wiped down the Mona V with the 6-pack of Miller Lite. What were you thinking?
Mix it together.
Yeah, you shook it up in a bottle. You made your own special drink. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Let's talk about the food for just 1 second, because I had this conversation specifically about food with my wife the other day, and this is exactly how we drilled it down. Remember, folks, it's only a cheat meal if you eat well the other 6 days. Otherwise, that's just the way you eat.
Yeah.
That's the reality. So if you're gonna cheat, make sure you're eating well the other 6 days. Otherwise, take a look inside, go inside of a mirror, look at yourself, and take a little ownership and make a conscious decision to change it. And you can do it. You can easily do it. It starts by creating good habits. Well, Alex, I don't like to eat the same thing every morning. Well, do you like the way you look right now? No. So eat the same thing every morning, because that is going to bring you to the next step to get you the result. You know, Alex, I come to the gym 4 times a week. All right, you're here 4 hours a week. There's 168 hours in a week. What else are you doing? Yeah. What is saturating up the rest of your life, which is not enabling you to accomplish your goals? You know,
Well, I think that a lot of people too, well, they need this, okay? People need to be told to start it. But a lot of people are, number one, they don't associate the gym with like an hour of freedom or like an enjoyable amount of time. So, and that's just set in, like that's the first thing that gets cut out of the schedule when their day's busy. They're like, okay, the gym's out. Right. Listen, don't pick the kid up from school. Let them learn a life lesson.
Shit, man.
Don't, you know.
Listen, kids are resilient, and they're like dogs. They always find their way back home.
Yeah.
So get to the gym.
I walked home from pre-K on the first day by myself. I said, "Can I use the bathroom?" And they said yes. And then I walked out of brand school and went home.
You didn't specify which bathroom. That was brilliant. That was brilliant. That was brilliant, actually.
They would have been like, "You're a genius," if I said that. Why'd you leave school?
I said I was going to use the restroom.
Yeah, I don't feel comfortable.
Yeah.
It's not hygienic.
Yeah, absolutely. So
You can't do that anymore.
Max could probably, I mean, God forbid people leave school now. It's created chaos. But really, at the end of the day, taking ownership.
Yeah.
You know, taking some ownership, being a responsible adult. At this point, we're no longer children. Now you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s. If your expectation is that things are going to be easy and your parents are still going to do things for you, then the first thing you have to do is grow up. And you have to take a little ownership for yourself. And you have to say, I'm willing to change, and I'm willing to change by doing this. This is what I'm willing to sacrifice. I'm willing to sacrifice going out 5 days a week for 4 or 5 weeks because I want to create this great habit that's going to really change my life. Well, I want to meet somebody. Well, how are you going to meet somebody if you don't feel good about yourself?
Yeah, that's a problem. That is a big problem I see,
So what's your motivation? Where are you really focused when you go into that gym? Are you focused on just showing up to the gym and walking through the door? Because that's as good as the walk to the gym. Those are the calories you've now expelled. You burned 0 calories walking to the door at the gym.
This is also leading me to another thought or idea, which is they pick up so much. They have to listen to like one person for an extended amount of time. A bodybuilder told me that at Strong and Shapely. I forgot his name, but he had a custom weightlifting belt with his name. Instead. He's like, I'll give you tips, but you have to, for this period of time, you have to listen to me, because when you start taking in Dr. Oz's information, when you start taking in Yahoo headlines, everything is contradicting each other, and your brain doesn't know how to process it. So you have to build that barrier. That's why it's important. The good thing about a trainer is now you see them every day. Like Jillian Michaels, she don't give a shit. Yep. She's driving a little motorcycle around and lighting $100 bills.
She's endorsing curves right now.
Yeah, like she doesn't care.
She's a walking advertisement.
She'll endorse Pepsi or Coke. Depends on who's paying more that week. That's when it comes down to. And I wouldn't in the same position. I'm making money, Dylan. I'm eating at restaurants. I'm eating sushi. Stuff costs a lot of money. That's the decisions I'd be making. Like, I trash like Post cereals. You give me $1 million, I'm gonna be like, listen, eat the shit out of Post cereals. Interesting fact, they developed corn flakes to curb masturbation because they believed Kellogg's, he used to run health spas. He was a madman. You gotta find out research about him, and he felt spicy food made the young boys too like corn.
Randy?
So he made cornflakes.
Is that why the box has a rooster?
Oh shit!
Nice.
Figuring stuff out.
Thank you.
Can we edit a light bulb?
Yeah,
Ding.
really.
Ding ding.
Wow. Should have just put it. The first concept was just a penis. Like, I don't think this ain't gonna sell so well.
It's a little forward. It's a little forward.
What? Yeah, questions. Oh, this just. All right. So, a question from Twitter, one of the international audience. What point made you commit to yourself? Like, and this is both business sense and physically. Like, was there a situation that, or was it the upbringing? Did you have proper parenting?
So I had great parents.
Yeah.
That are absolutely not fit parents. They're not unhealthy, but they're not. They've never really worked out or went into a regimen and never really disciplined dieting. So, for myself in my upper 20s, I really enjoyed my 20s. I thought it was a great time. Got into very bad eating habits. So I've been going to gyms since I'm about 14. I've been in the gyms for about 2 decades now. And I've always been consistent at the gym. Whether I was 195 pounds or 160 pounds today, I'm still pretty consistent at the gym. But having parents that don't foster great eating habits all the time, you have to take control for yourself. One of the things that is very frustrating for me to hear as a trainer is, well, you know how it is, when I go home, I just eat whatever they make. You're 27 years old.
Alex, again, the direct attack against me.
You're 27 years old. Put the pasta down for a second. It's okay. It's not running through your veins. Try something different. You know, it's easy to do what's comfortable for us, but the things that are not comfortable usually gain the best results. So if you could just accept the fact that you're going to have to be uncomfortable. It's okay to be uncomfortable. The people that are around you achieving results are uncomfortable too. They're so uncomfortable because they know if they could get to that next level of discomfort, ultimately, they're going to get to that next level of fitness as well. You know, and that is training, again, your mind, training your commitment level, you know, buying into something 100%, not saying I'm going to try this week. And 3 days, that didn't work. Now I'm going to try this. I get a text message every probably hour on the hour from somebody that says, so what do you think about juice cleansing? What do you think about this diet, Atkins diet? What do you think about a paleo diet? What do you think about the zone diet? And my reply is very consistent. They all work when you commit to them. They all work if you commit to them, which means it could be as simple as portion control. You're actually eating the amounts of things you should be eating. Great. Your calorie count drops, you lose weight, you feel great, the whole world gives you compliments. Enough said.
It's a funny thing. I always say that people treat their diets like the IRS in there's legitimate business write-offs, but people can get creative. Not me. I'm 100% on board. But they'll hear like chocolate is somehow they'll run some ridiculous chocolate experiments. Say, oh, yeah, that's gonna helps your heart because it has an antioxidant, even if it doesn't really in reality ever going to do, or resveratrol.
Well, they just skip over the blueberry paragraph and they go to the chocolate
they're just
paragraph.
Like, boom.
Scratch the blueberries, I'm going right for the dark chocolate.
Good as shit. Yeah. And that's healthy. Boom, I'm going to add that right into my routine.
Oh, wine is good too.
Wine.
That's great. That's great. That's great.
So,
oh, wait, Mike and Christy are saying eat bacon. Okay, chocolate, wine, bacon. Why am I not losing weight?
This is a life dream to be able to eat those 3 things and look fantastic.
I'm killing cancer. Look at me.
And listen, I invite anybody, if you're drinking wine, eating chocolate, and eating bacon, and you look fantastic like a Spartan, send me an email picture, please, immediately. Immediately.
And there's people that are in different situations. So Mike Pettisich, not throwing him on the bus. He is healthy. His parents are healthy naturally, and he looks like when Christy met my roommate, she compared us to Matt. You'll get this. You remember the movie Twins? Okay, he was Arnold Schwarzenegger, and then I was like, I guess that
makes you Danny
DeVito, right?
That's pretty unfortunate.
On the leftover parts. So when he comes in, he'll eat a sleeve of Ritz crackers, pizza, ice cream, and he'll just be, it looks like he's got a photo shoot going on all the time. He's just got an 8-pack all the time. Yeah. And he works out a lot, absolutely.
Yes.
So, but you can't directly, say you're 400 pounds, if you directly eat, you're just like, I'm just gonna eat what Mike eats. It's gonna take
you got problems.
A long ass time. Like,
you're gonna be 600.
Yeah, you're going right for 600, and you're going right for the Discovery Channel.
They're like, I want to eat a balanced diet, but currently your whole system's completely off balance. So let's take the balanced diet when we get a little bit closer to whatever that means, the optimal level. We need to probably do some fucking crazy push here.
Absolutely.
You're overweight. Your body's not going to be able to tolerate this.
To shock your system.
Yeah.
Do something extreme.
So
do something extreme.
Just a couple things to close it up. Don't abdicate responsibility to Dr. Oz or your own doctor. My doctor, hopefully he doesn't watch this, I'm sure he doesn't. He's asking me weight lossing tips, right? And then he's like, oh no, I'll just have my brother give him liposuction. He's 20 pounds overweight. He's a doctor, all right? He's gonna get liposuction from his brother to lose 20 pounds. What kind of, and this guy's advising me on But he specifically, if you have a disease or you have some type of cut or bruise or fracture, he's going to be able to deal with this better. But when it comes to diet, he's just as crazy as everybody
And
else.
he's willing to bypass steps 1, 2, and 3 and go right to the needle and the surgery and the scalpel.
That's crazy.
That's nerve-wracking to hear.
Yeah,
It is just a little bit.
And he's a doctor, PhD.
Just remember, folks, too, upping and dropping your weight constantly, absolute horrible trauma for your body. So every time you gain 50 pounds and then you feel it's awesome because I just lost that same 50, trauma. Trauma, trauma, trauma. Think of the word trauma. Trauma has nothing positive associated with it. You want to avoid trauma. The only way to avoid trauma is maintain consistency, stability.
Yeah.
Pick something, be consistent with it. If it doesn't work after 4 to 12 weeks, then we readjust and we find different things that might work. But we don't constantly beat a dead horse and then jump off of that horse for 3 weeks out of convenience and then jump back on and say it doesn't work. Right. You didn't work. The diet works, you didn't work.
Let's see. I just got a random thought in my mind from Twitter. Trying to get people to commit is a bitch. How do we make it more meaningful to them? Okay. Trying to get people to commit could be a bitch. Okay. How can we get them? And honestly, that's synchronicity right there, because I was thinking about what can we do right now in this room for somebody who is, let's say, in Oklahoma, there, or what are towns in Indiana where, Dylan, people don't have a lot of exposure to?
Rochester, New York.
Rochester, New York. Okay, most
About anywhere out of
anywhere
New
in the
Jersey
world.
south.
So you have no support system. Your parents are shit. Your friends are shit. You have, like, I'm saying, no, they know it. Listen, I'm thinking of kids that don't have anything, going for them. They have no support. They're period, but they have the internet. So they're watching this. What could they do right now to commit to it? And I'm thinking, first thing they could do is probably like physically bring the commitment into the world by writing out the goal, right?
Being very specific with the goal as well.
Okay. So let's have
Dial it down.
So that's what you're supposed to do right now. You're supposed to pause this,
Get a piece of paper.
and write out like the most grandiose goal that, because and especially for the kids out there, and you go to Virginia, you see how obese the population is. It's just gonna suck. You're gonna have diabetes early. You're gonna have all these problems. You got enough. Trust me. This world is gonna give you more problems than you need physically. You better work on it now when you're young.
Absolutely. Foster good habits.
If it keeps on passing down, and you might be at a huge disadvantage, but that doesn't mean you should stop. So number one thing they can do is write their goal out.
Write their goal.
Boom.
Try to be specific with the goal. I want to lose weight. Very broad. I want to lose 5 pounds. Very specific. I would like to get my body fat percentage down, or I want to drop my body percentage down 2% from 22 to 20. Very specific. Short, attainable goals that you can achieve. Start with something small. If I tell you to go climb Mount Rainier tomorrow, you're going to look at that thing and say, Alex, you're smoking crack.
Okay.
Because that mountain's really high and I've never done this before. And I'm probably going to fall and kill myself. And I'll probably agree with you. You're probably going to die. But
Sorry.
if we go to Mohawk Mountain in upstate New York and we start walking some lighter trails consistently, can we build ourselves up to go to a Mount Rainier at some point? Absolutely. But it's going to start on that first initial, embarking on that journey. Treating your goals like your destiny. Like, this is what I deserve to be doing for myself to make myself better. To make sure that you get to the end. It's a journey. This is not easy. Like, again, if it was easy, everybody would do it. And we're in one of the most fit towns ever. You grew up in this town. You can't walk around this town without people whizzing by you running. But there's still a heavy element of people that are unhealthy here. Because they get caught up. They get caught up in the night scene. They like to drink. They like to go out and eat. They open things till 4 a.m. here, so you can eat at 4 a.m. because that's a convenient time. These are miserable people. These are absolutely miserable people. So what do miserable people do? They tend to gorge themselves with things that make them feel better.
Yeah.
Make this very clear, folks. Alcohol is a depressant. It's not going to make you feel better. It's going to actually make you feel worse in the long run. You're going to start sleeping worse. Your recovery as you get older is just going to make the next day worse and worse and worse. Ultimately, colitis, indigestion, heartburn. These are things that age in your 20s and your 30s and your 40s that are not even, they do not have to be had. They can be avoided with simple things. Simple things. Getting to the habit. I'm going to eat healthy Monday through Friday. And here's what I'm going to eat Monday through Friday. Writing it down and committing to it.
And this, I think, brings us to even a bigger topic. And we're going to have to bring you back to continue to talk about workout, diet. But one of the most popular questions I get on YouTube, and these kids are just dying for it, and I probably was dying for the information, and it ties back into the alcohol. How do these kids out there get laid when they don't have confidence, when they don't have, and I know it's a crazy question, but what are they typing in there on YouTube?
Well, that's the problem. They're getting laid by typing.
Oh, no.
They're not even having the human interaction anymore because those people aren't getting laid. That's the reality.
Well, how do we get them laid now?
We get them laid because we're going to foster confidence. How are we going to foster confidence?
So
if
I'm
you look in that,
13-year-old. Yeah. I'm 13-year-old Mike. Okay?
And you're going to get
I'm
laid at
50
13?
pounds. Oh, I was
Oh
actually,
my goodness,
like,
Michael.
You know the story.
Yeah.
Right.
The babysitter?
I was 10.
Oh my God.
Some model from
Italy.
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 Oh, no. So I'm watching. Back then, I was just like, I worked out. I got up at 5, worked out in high school, then went back. I was like, I need to lose the weight bad. So I was super motivated, but that helped you. That energy, that sexual energy too, can drive you more. And we use that in reboot camp. People aren't motivated. They're like, oh, I don't want to do a workout. Well, how about we wrangle up 3 Danish bikini models to swing on swings during a workout. Now, if that's the most, and it's funny, but it's also, it worked better than giving them crystal meth. People were doing fucking plyometrics, throwing things, like digging holes. That stuff, and that can work, the energy.
Visual stimulation.
So now they have that energy. So now I'm 13, I'm a 13-year-old Mike. What can you tell me so that I can be more confident and break down maybe we should probably have a woman on this segment as well, break down how they're gonna approach girls.
So,
I know it's not.
in my experiences,
you're confident, right? He's smooth. Alex goes in there, he's smooth, he knows what to say. So give them something that they can say.
13-year-old guys out there, be relatable. Don't be like your friends. Most of your friends have no idea how to approach girls, and that's why none of you guys are getting laid. That's just the reality. The way you're gonna do it, the way you're really gonna do it is, you're going to form relationships with people, which means there has to be some sort of mental connection. No. So how are you gonna go about doing this? You're gonna talk to your friends that are girls, and you're gonna practice on your friends that are girls.
Say 16. I'm sorry. Wait. How?
16.
Say if two.
Must be 16, 17.
But say if you're 2 14-year-old kids, though, is that illegal?
That's not 28, so. It's not.
So you're now a sophomore in high school, and you're going to go into your junior year, and you're going to be 16 years old, and you might be getting your first car, and you think that's going to get it done, and it's not, because I never drove a car, and I still got mine. So the way it goes down is very, very simple, because you can get laid riding a bike. As long as you ride that bike with your chest out and your chin up and your shoulders postured back, and you stop that bike with a little swag. You take the bike, you skid on the corner, you say, how you doing today?
Yeah.
What's going on? What are you getting into tonight? Oh, that sounds like fun. I think me and my friends might be doing that too. I'll see you there, and then you get back on that bike and you keep it moving.
Yeah.
Because you're not there to go ogle over somebody and show them how much you want to have them.
Keep it
short.
short.
Keep it short. Keep it confident. Keep it simple. There's so many people out there that if you don't get this one, there's another one right around the corner. And as a 16-year-old, as a young man, you know, all we want to do is get laid because we're just so excited that we're going to be so great at something that you're not going to be great at. You're going to be terrible at it.
You could also tell her you watch Scandal.
You could. You could watch Scandal.
Oh, yeah.
You could watch Sex in the City. You could watch.
That's
you know.
smart.
You relatable. Be relatable. Be a person that somebody will want to talk to. Don't be the person that somebody says, this guy just throws wise ass comments all the time, like every other insecure boy does. Every insecure guy, what does he do? He takes the girl's hair and he pulls it. That's his way of saying, I like you, but I have no skills to talk to you, so I'm going to pull your hair and push you and pinch you and piss you off because I'm going to get attention like that. Maybe not Mike. Mike likes getting pinched and touched, so it's a little different. But and he's got that silky soft arm going, because of bare nest. Plug.
Wait. Sometimes if you're hairier, like this brings me back, and I hopefully Mike G, who, he was experiencing this in high school, he was hairy bad. I'm talking about this, and I would take mercy on people as they would see me in fitness. I would say, listen, shave, wax, because bodybuilders do that because they're like, the muscles will look bigger if I shave and wax. They're doing anything they can. I mean, they'll literally put themselves on a deathbed to be lean. So I'm like, you gotta do something. This is incredible. Like the evolution, something just popped out and something didn't go right. And
he's got the sweater.
Back then, the shaving must have been like a work. You probably need like 3 laborers to do the damage per day. But if he had Bare from Men wax, the first wax for men, okay, which happens to have a beautiful scent. It has 8 different pads with reversible sides, okay? And this is something that you can have at home and get your waxing done quick and get out there and get laid.
So, boys, you're hitting 16 and the hair's just coming out the collar?
Take care of it.
Take care of it.
Yeah, you can't have that. You cannot have that. Back in the 80s, in the 70s, it was fine. And I wish we were there. I could wear a tank top, my hair could be out, and that would be cool. Burt Reynolds, okay? Tom Selleck. I thought it was the same dude for a long time. I was like, Tom Selleck got so damn small. I saw Burt Reynolds. He looks horrible, by the way. He got hooked on pills. He looks horrible.
Well, he had a very, very bad accident on a set one year, so I think he's got paralysis in the face, actually.
And I was like,
Yeah,
Tom
he's a mess
Selleck looks
right now.
horrible.
Yeah.
But it was Burt Reynolds.
Thank goodness.
And somebody pointed out, he's 65, I think. And there's a bodybuilder that's 70 years old that looks like he's 50. So, 2 different lives. I mean, listen, Burt Reynolds probably did it up.
He partied hard.
Yeah, with
He
that
partied
mustache.
hard.
You don't just have a mustache like that and not.
That's a party stash.
Yeah, that's
That's a party stash right there.
Mustache ride.
That's a party.
Then you have the bodybuilder, but the bodybuilder's 70. And I look at Bob, and that's why it's never too late. Bob's sick. I think he's 64 now.
Yeah, 64.
Lost 100 pounds. Feeling good. Building momentum. He lost 100 pounds from, 62 to 63.
Right.
That's incredible.
It's a very challenging time in life to lose that much weight. I don't think a lot of people realize what a kind of accomplishment that is at 62 years old, to lose 100 pounds, which means at a certain point he was morbidly obese, because that's the definition of morbidly obese, 100 pounds overweight. And at 62, when every odd is stacked against the guy, he mentally takes ownership and he perseveres.
Yeah. All you out there, guys, do you think Kim Kardashian would like this podcast?
I think Kim Kardashian would need to be on this podcast.
We've done 43 minutes. High five.
Smoked it. Smoke it.
Well, just a couple other maybe quickie things, quick fire things. Listen, I want to go long format with these. I know Matt's probably falling asleep over, his blood sugar's getting low, but we want to have fun with this. We want to go long format because everything I do, from the gym to all my videos, is like, I got to grab their attention. I'm selling it like what's that guy? Not Billy Blanks, Billy Mays. I feel like my life is one Billy Mays commercial from thing to thing. Long format, we can actually talk about the topics, and if they realize how powerful one idea was. So within this hour, you could have been watching She's All That, or you could watch, that's a movie, guys.
Okay.
You could, so I'm saying, you're gonna watch She's All
Or
That.
13 going on 30.
Or 13 going on 30. What are you getting out of that? Some stupid ass life lesson that I get. I mean, these are for people out there that can take an hour or 45 minutes or 44 minutes now and just get 1 or 2 little tiny ideas or some push or some motivation, just start moving. Then we can start moving in the world in a proper direction. And I think this is going to change the world in a very small way, maybe big way. Maybe somebody out there is going to be the next
Absolutely.
person that's going to, I was going to say, obviously not the next Jesus, but like the next.
Some kids getting laid this
Some
Some
kid is
kid might be getting
for
laid.
him.
Somebody
He's
might be
gonna be
getting
like, holy
laid
shit, I got
before
laid. And now he's going to attribute it to this podcast.
Not only that, every parent in America is buying cornflakes for their son.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah,
It's gonna be the
listen,
most
you've been in that room for about the last 5 years. I need you out of that room being a
Cornflakes,
productive
guys.
citizen.
Get him cornflakes.
Get them cornflakes.
Yeah, it probably does work because they're testosterone. Don't give them meat. Don't give them stuff. Give them cornflakes. Give them like Jamba Juice. That'll make sure they have no testosterone.
Remember, folks, she's all that's not going to help you get girls.
Yeah.
Me and Mike will help you get girls.
Absolutely. So if that's not the most valuable thing I could possibly offer to a 13-year-old, I don't know what you're doing. And honestly, no, I don't want 13-year-olds having any sex. I don't want them having it up till when it's legal. Although I believe that 2 teenagers consenting. So you're saying me and that model wasn't legal?
I'm not your lawyer.
She's 28. I'm 10 years old. No, I'm just kidding. What I'm saying, 17, 18. Matt, can you weigh in on this? Because you're pretty knowledgeable.
She was from Italy, so you're
Yeah.
a bit different.
Yeah.
I don't know the statutory rape.
Okay, we're not gonna. Well, no, I'm saying if they're both 15, that's not legal.
Well, it's fine, I think. They're both, as long as one isn't over 18.
Because then I think.
There's something about like
Get caught.
I don't know. I mean, nobody usually messes with it. I think.
Yeah.
But I think that there's ways of like prosecuting. Like if some parent doesn't want them hooking up with some other
Sure.
kid, then they can like put that kid in jail or whatever.
Good. No, I'm just saying because I was definitely like 12 and she was like 12. No, I was 16 and she was 16. So was that legal, Matt? Do I
It's
have
like
to?
one 32-year-old masturbating.
Okay,
So
right. So there you go.
There you
All right,
go.
we're all.
There you go. That's
Well,
it. I think they just cancel each other out.
we'll
I think it
cut
cancels each other
That'll
out.
be like technical difficulty page.
We'll
We'll
look
get
up
a lawyer,
statutes
yeah.
And come back and
See if we can-
next
we'll have a
Because it's important. But do I want them to wait? Absolutely. Do I want them to absolutely have safe sex? One thing I could tell you guys, don't go and girl, don't go get pregnant when you're 13 unless if you're out of your mind, because you are.
Especially not if you're out of your mind.
If you're out of your mind, this is going to be. Wait, don't ever get pregnant. If you're crazy, don't subject the kid to it. Unfortunately, they're probably going to.
If you're getting pregnant at 13, you're not getting enough homework.
You think so?
Absolutely.
Well, they have to be on point at this point, the guys and the girls. It's too much. You have that baby.
13 years old, go to the gym,
it.
focus on yourself.
Yeah, build.
Going through puberty. That's
Yeah,
normal.
these are some of the years where you can see some of the best growth, some of the best results. You can start to find out who you are at 13 years old. You're going to change another 5, 10 times in life by the time you're 30. You know, so as much as you think you know yourself now at 13 years old, you'll figure it out.
Yeah.
You know, as you go along, focus on you, make yourself a priority. Don't worry about what everybody's doing. You're not missing anything.
Yeah, I would say that.
I wish I learned that at a younger age. I always thought I was missing something. Why not going out tonight and not hanging out with everybody? And in the end, you know, all I realized was I wasn't missing a damn thing. You know, I should have spent that time being more productive with myself. But having said that, have fun. You're a kid. You're 13 years old. Ride a bike. Be active. Go outside. Enjoy the day. You don't get to do that forever, necessarily, unless you're me and Mike. Then you get to do that forever. But not everybody's me and Mike, so that's not going to happen. I get to take a walk at 2 in the afternoon and get some fresh air, and that feels really good. That's my thing.
Do you like that?
I do.
I
Mike
don't-
likes walking you walk a
I like-
Tyrannosaurus Rex once a
I
day.
like
twice a
taking
week.
that welder's mask type environment and just close myself off. But the gym, the working out, the teaching class, I feel like Whoopi Goldberg in Ghost, when she after she does the thing where she lets Patrick Swayze talk through her, she's exhausted. I don't know if instructors don't. I feel like I gave birth
It's because you gave a piece of your soul.
every time, which is a good feeling, but it's I just literally gave birth out of my imaginary vagina to results.
It's a big sacrifice.
Okay. I thought this was the best part of the show. Matt loves it. All right, guys. Any final wrapping up questions out there? Please hit me up. Anybody want to talk to me in my voice, in my brain?
Hang on, something's coming in from the Twitter.
Morse code. All right, this is going to be super smooth. Twitter fan 169 teen wants to know, where can I contact you and Alex? Well, you could contact me. Don't expect me, though, to respond to a contact. That doesn't mean I didn't read it. That doesn't mean it's not like going to be used as a question. A lot of times on Facebook, right there, I'm checking the messages. All of a sudden, there's a whole other thing called others. You guys know about this? It has all the podcast questions, all the YouTube questions. I didn't look at it. They're a year old. I'm like, why would Facebook do this? But so it gets lost up. There's so many inboxes, YouTube inboxes, Vimeo inboxes, Facebook, Twitter. My Yahoo. Send the email to mike@ckotrainer.com and put urgent, Mike, read, urgent, respond. And then you'll have the best possible shot. Alex?
You're going to do that same exact thing, and in the title, you're going to put urgent, Alex.
Yes.
Please respond immediately. So that's mike@ckotrainer.com. And don't be afraid to ask just the simplest questions, because the simplest questions can lead you to the biggest changes in your life.
And topics too, especially if we have your support. A lot of the directors and the suits around here want to push their agenda on me. Mike, talk about this. Mike, speed it up. Mike, you don't look good. Mike, you look stupid. This is happening constantly. But if you guys send questions in, then I won't have to pretend I'm somebody else sending questions into myself, so I can talk about those topics. And say you want a special guest. Say you want a guest to come back. We have that ability because now you're building the community. You're talking, and now I have little statistics I can show them. And I want to also, before we close out, want to thank the international audience that supported me, right? Supported me. Not a single person could give me a decent reason why I should watch the show Pasta, which is a Korean drama about cooking, which is one of the stupid-ass things I've ever seen in my life. One waste of time, and you guys are yelling at me. The producers of the show watch Pasta. It's Korean people acting like Gordon Ramsay. That goes nowhere.
Great show.
It's a good show, man.
They're like, pasta, it takes 10 minutes to cook. They're making a big deal out of cooking pasta. Anyway, international audience, Denmark, Italy, Slovenia, Russia, Kyrgyzstan, right?
Stan. No D.
Kyrgyzstan, China, Israel, Brazil. The South American audience, the English-speaking audience has been growing. Kazakhstan. Kyrgyzstan, actually, no?
Yeah.
Okay, we met somebody from there on the Reboot Camp. Go to michaelandreula.com and check out the Reboot That video, okay? Also check out the new bikini workout drama that is coming out. It's fantastic. We're scoring the movie now, scoring it. It's gonna be slow motion, beautiful, working out bikini girls on swings. Okay, in the foreground, background, seas. I mean, it's really revolutionary. Besides that, we have other interviews. Kristen, we have Jay, we have tons of workout stuff. I mean, it's possibilities endless. I'm all over the place with my mind, so the website really reflects that. I'm happy. Alex, and it's good. You don't deal with the social media stuff, which is good because it's. What the hell is that, guys? Erica, what the hell are you doing? Now we got to start all over again. No. Email me, guys, Mike@CKOTrainer. Alex, thank you so much. Any parting words for them?
Reach for your dreams, folks. Take control of your life. Achieve. Constantly push yourself harder than you did yesterday. Be better today than you were yesterday.
Perfect. Now let's do a slow closeout on the Drake Platinum album. Is that possible? No. You already closed out, man. Drake at a table with a candelabra. What's that called? What's this candlestick called?
Candelabra.
Candelabra.
I think it's a goblet.
A goblet.
I think it is goblet. And maybe a chalice. I don't know.
That's amazing.
Could be a challenge.
There's a chalice.
Oh, it's on manual focus, so you can't see shit.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to get Alicia.
Yeah, with the light blocking. All right, guys, that's a wrap, right? Fantastic.